Alright guys, today we have something a little bit different. We're not opening a Pokemon pack. We're looking at ChatGPT made us a Fallout inspired Pokemon game. Now it's pretty cool. I put a video out on Shorts and on TikTok, a shortened version because I couldn't fit everything on, so I thought I'd go through it on this. As you all know, the Fallout show's been out for now a couple of weeks and you should have seen it. You should have watched it. If you haven't, highly recommend going to watch it. You've got everything from the games in there. It looks absolutely amazing. But this is what if Pokemon made a game inspired by Fallout. So we put a bunch of commands into ChatGPT. It's generated us some images and we're going to have a look at them and we're going to talk through them. So the very first one we did was create a picture of a Pokemon map inspired by Fallout. So we'll make this bigger. So as you can see here, you've got it kind of is inspired by Fallout. It's very much the desert, Fallout New Vegas probably, Wasteland is the kind of houses. It's not as Fallout-y as I'd want it to be. You've got that massive base at the top of the mountain, not really sure what that is, but it's not as Fallout-y as I thought it would be, or at least I would want it to be. But still, you've got some cool little features. You've got the ruins here, looks like old tents or wooden structures. You've got the dome type thing, all metal, very much like the cities in Fallout. All kind of corrugated iron, metal stuff. Really, really cool. No vaults though, you see it's put no vaults in. Maybe this one's meant to be a vault, I don't know. But still, it's pretty cool. There's some old cars, some mountains, some water. It looks pretty smart. The next one, we got it to create a starter Pokemon based around a water type. This is pretty cool. It's like a Mudkip, starts off maybe like a Mudkip and then gets really futuristic. I'm not sure if GPT's quite got the idea of what we wanted. It's a bit futuristic. I don't know if you would find this type of creature in Fallout. You get synths, I know you get robots, but anything this kind of futuristic, do you really see? The middle stage evolution is pretty cool. We haven't got a name for this one. Obviously, I haven't got a name for any of them. So if you guys want to name them, let me know in the comments below what you think you'd name them. And it's I mean, metal-based, really. So I don't know how well it would do in the water, being completely made of metal. I'm not sure how it transpires from kind of fleshy, seal, froggy type thing over to like a water owl and then to an absolute beast of a Pokemon. But it would be pretty cool to see, right? Moving on, we've got create a starter Pokemon of type fire. Now this one is pretty cool. It starts off as a little dragon, crocodile, and then into like a kind of a mini dinosaur, and then just into almost like a Deathclaw, a flaming Deathclaw, which again is pretty freaking cool. We could see this one being in Fallout of the Pokemon. It's more probably maybe legendary type though, rather than starter Pokemon. Mind you, it starts off a bit like a Charmander. And then it just ends up like an absolute machine. It looks like it's made of burnt skin or bark or charcoal, something like that. But it looks really, really cool. The grass one, I'm a little bit disappointed with the grass one. We got it to do the same, but the grass one in a Fallout theme. It's a little kind of mouse cat thing to start with, and then some sort of tree, and then it's this like Groot with like an orb in the middle of it. I'm not sure where the orbs are coming from. Is it meant to be a power core? Is it meant to be a fusion core for the power armor? I don't know. But this is pretty cool. I don't think you'd find this in Fallout, to be honest. It's not a type of creature. It's more Skyrim. This is more of a Skyrim kind of Pokemon. So now we move on. We got it to create some legendary Pokemon, and this is pretty cool. The legendary Pokemon is massive. Some sort of giant kind of lizard snake, something you'd see out of like an anime One Punch Man type stuff. Looks like it's got the radiation symbol, so it's radioactive, probably going to be found in the radiation zone, which was always a nightmare if you played Fallout 4. But it's still pretty good looking. I bet it'll have some pretty cool moves, and it looks like it's destroyed a town, so clearly not a good legendary Pokemon. Then we get it to make another legendary Pokemon, and this one is a completely different type. It's a giant bird. Look at the size of this Pokemon. Just the buildings to the right of it. Look how big it is compared to the buildings. This is massive. A kind of mechanical bird. Again, quite futuristic. I kind of would like to see a bit more old-fashioned Pokemon rather than these like futuristic. This looks like something you would find off Ark Survival, like a very tech bird. In fact, there is the tech owl on there. I can't think what it's called on Ark Survival, but still, Not sure you would typically find this in a Pokemon world. So now we did one with power armor, a legendary Pokemon with power armor, and this is literally just somebody with power armor, so this isn't that exciting. The power armor is pretty cool. It's based after the, I want to say the T60. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Master of the Things is the T60, or at least maybe the T50. I don't know off the top of my head, but still, it's just your bog standard power armor. Nothing that exciting. We're not going to spend too much time talking about this one. Now I asked it to create me a boy and a girl character, and normally these go super animated, but this time it's chosen to be kind of realistic. Obviously they are animations. This is very Fallout 76. The cat ears, the cosmetics, the kind of stuff you can put on. I can see the Pokeball is made of Pokeball, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure you would wear short shorts in the apocalypse. Again, depends what stats the shorts give you, I guess. Depends what. They're not really armored up. It looks like the lad has some radar armor on his ham, but still, again, quite futuristic. You would maybe see these kind of people in the Fallout universe. He is holding a pistol. That's an interesting choice. I'm not really sure why you need pistol in a Pokemon game, but I guess there's guns in Fallout, so that would kind of make sense. But still, the attention to detail in this, the woman's kind of Vault-Tec colours, and he's just, I guess, raider or kind of just a nomad bounty hunter type style. Even so, it's pretty cool. Now, the rival character. This has to be one of my favourite generated images from ChatGPT. In the whole series we've got this rival character. Now, he's like a cyborg. He's got like a robotic eye. So is he a synth? He's got a belt of Pokeballs. You're only meant to carry 6 Pokemon on you, but he's obviously carrying, what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So he's breaking all the rules of Pokemon. He's got a little raider shoulder. It's just cool. He just looks cool. I'm not sure about the scarf, and the hair's a bit wild. He could probably do with a helmet or something. But again, you could see him being an NPC in Fallout. To be fair, you could see it. You could see somebody like him. But still, it's a pretty freaking cool made picture. The enemy team. Now this is a bit much. The enemy team's a bit much. This middle guy is an absolute tank in power armor, and he's got the Pikachu. You know what? It's not done a bad Pikachu either. It kind of does a little. Sometimes it gets a bit weird with when it creates Pokemon, because obviously it can't create them the exact thing because copyright and whatnot. But this guy's got a sword. This guy's got some sort of like homemade gun. It's not really in his hand though, is it? And then we've got the armoured guy here. Still pretty cool with all the... There's only 3 of them in the team, so you'd think there'd be more, but maybe these are the 3 leaders, Giovanni, Jesse, James, that type of thing. Now we've got it to make a Pokemon gym the Brotherhood of Steel would have. And this is interesting. It kind of is a Pokemon gym. It's interesting that there's a whole inside bit. The battle arena is outside. This is the bit you would battle on. And then I don't know what's behind those doors. It must be the Brotherhood of Steel's kind of base, I guess, but still a pretty cool place to battle. I could imagine doing a Pokemon battle here. Now the gym leader. Now this is really cool as well. We got it to make us a gym leader for this gym, and here he is. He carries 1, 2, 3, 4 Pokemon in his Pokeball. He's got full power armor, Brotherhood of Steel style, obviously. Red, I guess, for similar as a Pokeball. Some sort of pepper spray. He's got stuff on his belt. He looks really cool. He would be a challenging gym leader, I reckon. Maybe one of the last gyms to face, to be fair, because I think it'll be a hard battle. I don't know what his Pokemon would be, but... So now we move on to a Pokemon gym that the Raiders would have. And this, again, is equally cool in its own way. I think this is pretty accurate. It's really junk, kind of rusted, stained steel. You've got the battle arena here. It's not raised up. You've got a little market below. Nothing fancy, just the bare minimum. I think this would make a pretty good arena or gym to fight in. I would definitely do a Pokemon battle here. And the leader for the gym, well, this is ridiculous. He's absolutely stacked. Clearly, I'm going to go with the Raiders. They've probably stolen the Pokemon. Very much like Team Rocket, maybe. He even has spikes coming out of his shoulder. But look at all the Pokemon he's got here. He's got the Pokeball. He's absolutely stacked. He's got spikes coming out of his arms. He's got all these balls down here on the back, on the floor. So he's clearly stealing Pokemon. And he's an absolute psychopath. It is not a boss I would want to battle at all. So we got in, And the badge that he would hand out was the next one we did. This is a pretty cool Raiders badge, pretty simple, just a kind of a Raiders mask, or the mask of New Vegas. I can't think of the people were called, the New California Rangers maybe, but the mask of those. It's pretty simple, not that exciting badge. Considering defeating somebody like that and you get a badge like that, I don't know if I'd be happy with that. So now, what if Vault-Tec made a Pokemon gym? And this is interesting. It's all clean, it's tidy, it's bright, it's blue, yellow, grey, underground, obviously. Big battle bit in the middle with all the Vault-Tec staff around watching. Wonder what experiment they would do in this vault, the Pokemon gym vault. Maybe just battle Pokemon. I don't know. But Vault-Tec, you know, they're not good people. But it's a pretty cool gym. And the gym leader for this was fairly basic. Nothing that exciting. Just a random Vault-Tec dude. I'm not entirely sure what this big stacked guy in the back's doing, but yeah, just a good-looking Vault-Tec dude, which makes sense. The badge he would hand out, again, we got that made, and it was, you know, it's a vault door, basically, isn't it? It's just a vault door, which would be pretty cool, but I don't know if I'd rather have this one than the Raiders badge, to be fair, but the gym leader is definitely not as cool. So we got it to make a Pokeball by the Vault-Tec theme. The Vault-Tec made Pokeballs, again. Pretty cool. Bit like a quick ball, blue and yellow. Not exciting. And then we just got a generic, what if it just a Pokeball inspired by Fallout instead of Vault-Tec? And you got this kind of rusted, green, radioactive Pokeball. You've even got some blood coming out of there. Hopefully that's not off a Pokemon. It's not the type of ball I would want to use. I'd definitely rather use the Vault-Tec one. But, you know, maybe you don't have a choice. Maybe you have to use this one in the Fallout Pokemon universe. Now the Pokemon Center, this was pretty cool. I feel like I got this bang on for Wasteland. It went a bit more animated instead of realistic, but you've got this. It even spelled Pokemon Center right, which it doesn't often do. You kind of got this corrugated iron. You'll find that in kind of the towns, the cities. It's bang on with the Fallout style. It did a second one. It cracked windows. Kind of looked a bit derelict, but it will still be working. You've got a little hat up here. I guess it's meant to be Ash's hat, which is pretty cool. Moving on, we got it to make a Pokemon again. I'd say this is bang on with the Fallout theme. Big, corrugated iron, stained steel, like dirty, rusty Pokemon. It's got a Pokemon Mart as well. It's got gates on it, obviously bits outside. It looks very much like a Pokemon you would find in the Pokemon universe. Where would you fight the Elite Four, or where would the Pokemon Champion fight? And this is interesting. This looks like it's in the radioactive zone, which I wonder if you would need hazmat suits to get out there. Hazmat suits to get out there. Those chairs look like tombstones. I think this would be a tough battle. I don't think you'd want to battle out there. It looks very unsafe, unless there's radiation blockers around or radaways. I don't know, but it would be a very unsafe place for a Pokemon battle. So the Elite Four. Let's look at what the Elite Four would look like in the Fallout universe. So start off, the Elite Four is actually 5, apparently. So you've got a Vault-Tec trainer, I guess. So it's kind of gone around the factions, hasn't it? You've got Vault-Tec, you've got Raider, you've got Brotherhood of Steel, and you've probably got maybe Minutemen. No, it's not quite Minutemen. That's maybe more Raider. Maybe that one's more Raider and that's more Minutemen, and then you've got like the New California Ranger type thing. But still, the Elite Four are pretty cool. The Vault-Tec guy, he's a bit disappointing. The Pit-Boy is pretty accurate, and he has a Pit-Boy too down there. Or they have a Pit-Boy down there, which is interesting. The Power Armor could be a bit cleaner, but that's the theme that it chose, I guess. A badge for the Pokemon Champion. This was, again, a bit disappointing. Normally the badges are really cool in this series, you know, when we do the Pokemon kind of ChatGPT stuff, but it's not that exciting. So it's just a basic badge. Nothing real good. You've got the center for, I guess, a fusion core. You've got metal for like kind of the vault, and it's just bog standard. Nothing really exciting. And then finally, with the content for the game, we've got the cover. Pokemon Wasteland Area. I'm guessing that's meant to say warrior. Now, I'm not sure about this. It's some cool Pokemon. There's some fire in there. There's some radioactive. You know, that would be a pretty good game cover. A bit bleak. The guy in the power armor is a bit skinny, but I don't know if it would be a viable option, this game cover. I don't think it's definitely not one that they would probably choose to go with it. Maybe turn that radiation symbol into a Pokeball, and then you've got a bit more like a Pokemon theme thing, but still, it's pretty cool. So that was kind of the workings of the game, what would be in the game. And we got it to create us some Pokemon. At this point, it did have a bit of a did throw us towards at the pram and stop creating Pokemon for me. So we didn't get 6. I think we got 3 or 4. So we're going to look at those now. So we start off with this Firebird. This is really cool. It's a mechanical Firebird. Not really that realistic for Fallout. I can't see it being that big if it was in the Fallout universe. It's gone very metal and futuristic. Again, I would have wanted to see kind of a bit more old-timey future, what they thought it would be like in the future. Then we've got this Radroach Pokemon. That would make sense that a Pokemon is a Radroach. That's already an animal in the game, so you know that's just pretty much standard. Although it is again metal, nuclear Radroach, maybe an infected Radroach. This is cool. The Lightning Tiger, again metal, but still a pretty cool looking Pokemon. I would definitely catch that if this game was real. And you've got this grass thing. He's pretty cool. He's a bit like a Leafeon, I guess, but more fox-like or more cat-like, maybe more cat-like. But he's definitely got a resemblance to Leafeon. And you've got this ridiculous-looking power armor Pokemon. Hopefully there's only one of these guys. I mean, this could be a legendary. He looks about 4 foot tall. Not 4 foot tall. That would be ridiculous. He looks about 14 foot tall. Not 4. He looks absolutely massive. I'm not sure he'd fit in the Pokeball. Think, what would you call these Pokemon, guys? Write in the comments. These 4 Pokemon we've got, what would you call them if you were naming this game, creating this game? And that's going to be it for the Fallout kind of Pokemon game. There's some really cool concepts here, some things that we would really like to see if the two ever happened. Very unlikely. If you're a modder or if you're, you know, an avid gamer, you can do this type of stuff. Let me know. Let's get this made. Probably get sued by Pokemon, but no, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool concept. I would love to see it. And if you want to see more videos like this where we get AI to make Pokemon concepts and talk through them, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next video.